it out. Oh shit. Yeah. Hey. 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 Yeah. Bring it out. We got the truth and we bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. We making moves when we bring it out. Hey. Yeah. Bring it out. We got the truth and we bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. We making moves when we bring it out. LOC, let's go. Bring it out. We got the truth and we bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. We making moves when we bring it out. Hey. Yeah. Bring it out. They got the truth and we bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. We making moves when we bring it out. We gotta wake up the sheep. My people falling asleep. We can show now we put in that work in it. We put the work in the streets. We trying to build up the nation. Be patient. My people been facing defeat. We teach our repentance. We deep in them trenches. You know that we bring in the heat. We killing demons like every day. Waking up all the people. We sitting straight. Keep our head in them scriptures. We meditate. All in the truth. I can't back down and hesitate. All praise to the Most High. With it, no cosign. With it, keep the law. We gon' live it. We the truth that we won't lie. And that we won't die. Bring that out. 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 I say them Hebrews gotta show. Bring that out. Get your knowledge on the go. Bring that out. Wisdom helps the nation grow. Bring that out. Get the truth in the form of a show. Bring that out. All of our soldiers amazing. All of our captains be leading. LOZ bringing that light, shining on what we're achieving. Wake up the people that's sleeping. Wake up that nation like coffee. Wake up and take up your cross beat. Hold up, Pastor, man, you lost me. You still be preaching at Christmas? I'm sure that you know that it's pagan. Look how we packing the prisons, blatantly destroying our nation. Single parent home is definitely becoming our swag. Then we send our children through the same system, pledging their allegiance to flags. Bring that. Bring that, bring that, bring that, bring that, bring that, bring that, bring that. I say it, bring it out. We got the truth and we bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. We making moves and we bring it out. Bring it out. We got the truth and we bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. We making moves and we bring it out. LOC, let's go. Bring it out. We got the truth and we bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. We making moves and we bring it out. Hey, yeah, bring it out. Hello, they got the truth and we bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. We making moves and we bring it out. We gotta wake up the sheep. My people falling asleep. We gotta show now we put in that work in it. We put the work in the streets. We trying to build up the nation. Be patient. My people been facing defeat. We teach our repentance. We deep in them trenches. You know that we bring in the heat. We killing demons like every day. Waking up all the people. We sitting straight. Keep our head in them scriptures. We meditate. All in the truth. I can't back down and hesitate. All praise to the Most High. With it, no cosign. With it, keep the law. We gon' live it. We don't choose that we won't lie. With it, we won't die. With it, for the truth, I'm a heavyweight. We live in this spiritual warfare. We all gotta gather together. We do that. We got the nations of warfare. We're a separate nation. No explanation. My people, they need to listen. Each time, yeah, time's ticking. With the truth, I'm a servant. Don't stop it. We working. Just hoping my people will see the mission. We gotta bring it out. We got the truth when we bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. We making moves when we bring it out. Hey, bring it out. We got the truth when we bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. We making moves when we bring it out. Let's go. Bring it out. We got the truth when we bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. We making moves when we bring it out. Hey, bring it out. We got the truth when we bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. We making moves when we bring it out. Let's go. Just who I'm voting for. I'm gonna let you know who I'm voting for, man. Look. The Shire, the president, we are the bride. Carry him like surrogates, but not like immaculate. He come from the seed of David, so how can you factor that? Don't want him to learn or discern, or they deceiving. Greek the word for see the sperm, but they want to slander him. If Mary slept with an angel, they technically make him a Nephilim. But he's from the tribe, Judah, the Father, the Son, and the Spirit. Tribe, you don't get him and the Father, they want, but they too. He can't do his own will, but what fathers they do. They need to. We think we can't connect two and two. Just a minute, he has got to be moved.
All praises to Party and Isaac and Jacob. That time is here. That time is now. It is the Bring It Out radio show. It's our time to get started, family. Welcome all. Welcome all. Be a friend. Tell a friend to log in, to get in. Where the getting is good. Well, we about to start this show. We about to talk about it, be about it. You know what I'm saying? Correct it, get it straight, straighten it out. Everything that we got to do here in these last days, family. It is the Bring It Out radio show. I am the Chief Minister Shalimar, and I have with me the sniper with the rifle. You know his name, all right? Captain Amawan Bun Lawyer Bunya Sharala. And I have waiting in the wings, backstage, ready to bring him out, right? I have the anchor man. I'm gonna watch this out. We're gonna bring him out shortly. Got the engineer extraordinaire with me here. Right, the whole family's together. Crucial is on the way. We're making it to the studio shortly, and I got the producer extraordinaire. She's in the chat. She's gonna get you right. Send the emails. My producer Mariah is in the building, right? Isha Mariah, for those that don't understand. And this is the Bring It Out radio show, right? We're saying dedicated to bringing out the truth to our people in these last days, the things that they must earnestly know in order to survive in these last days in these trying times. Little different setup for the family right now, looking a little different. You know what I mean? The extraordinaire got us set up, giving y'all a different look. But we're going to get right into it. I like to bring up our anchor man, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's bring him up right away to hear what he got to say. Let's bring him in, coming from the stratosphere. That's it.
Shalom, shalom, mighty kings.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, shalom, Yasharala.
Mm-hmm. I know in this atmosphere now, in Babylon right now, you got a lot of news for those Hebrews.
Woo.
Right, hey, a lot of news.
Chief, I had to come down to the to Earth for a little bit, and then after I got the news, I'm back in the stratosphere because
go back to the satellite station.
It's madness, diabolical even.
So, family, we're gonna get right into it. We're not gonna beat around the bush. I like to start out with what the anchor man got, because I know he has some hitting news. All the heathen is electing a new leader of the free world, what they call the free world. All right, the heathen is on top, and they are electing a new official. They're trying to determine if they want a man king or a woman king. Right, to run this, to run the rest of this Babylon. Hopefully, this is the last president. You know what I mean? So, a lot of prophecies at the door. Things going crazy in the Middle East. The signs of our salvation is all around us, and we definitely ecstatic about these times. It's a blessing to be alive in these times, to be living to see the derision of our enemies, their downfall, their confusion, the folly that the nation has become, that used to be so tough and so strong, man. There was a time when nobody could stand up against the white man, say anything. Nobody could stand against the US of A, but those days have passed. Right? People don't really respect their leadership on the earth like they used to. They're making folly and foolishness out of them. So before I get to you, anchor man, I always like to start out with scripture. I like to give the Most High the first word and the last word. Let's get Colossians 3, verse 17. Let's start with that. First and foremost.
The book of Colossians, chapter 3 and verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
And whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all in the name of the Adonai Yahushai, giving thanks to the Most High and the Father by Him.
Right. All praises to the power of Isaac and Jacob. The Most High, He made a promise to the nation of Israel. And I just want to read a little bit of that promise to our family. I want to get Baruch 5, if we can. Say to get Baruch 5. And we understand our relationship with the Most High. Don't get weary in these last days. You see a lot going on in this world. It's only to bring about our salvation, right? Everything we see happening in the world today is only to bring about our salvation from the Most High. Remember, our salvation comes from the Most High, not from economic, not from a president, not from politics, not from getting the guns, not with warfare. Our salvation coming from the Most High. And he promised Jacob to restore Jacob to his position on earth. So I like to read that Baruch 5:1.
The book of Baruch, chapter 5 and verse 1.
Go ahead.
Put off, O Jerusalem, the garment of mourning and affliction,
Go ahead.
and put on the comeliness of the glory that cometh from Yahweh forever.
So what the Most High told us to do is stop feeling sorry for yourself, Israel. Right? Black man, black woman, right? Oppressed man, oppressed woman. Our salvation is at the door. Put off your garment of mourning. Stop acting like we ain't gonna get a fair shake. We can't get. We still waiting for equal rights.
Really, for some type of equality or some type of salvation from the hands of our enemies.
Right. We gotta stop thinking that Esau gonna get right and get us right. He ain't gonna never get right. Matter of fact, he's barely holding on by a thread right now in the earth. So he can't get us right. So don't worry, but stop worrying about him. It's time we start worrying about each other. It's time that we start the patriotism of being an Israelite, right? Not religion of being an Israelite, but patriotism. Rise, the nation Israel, the nation of Israel, rise. We always have the cry, Kwam Yasharallah, right? Kwam Yasharallah means rise, Israel. Everywhere you see your brothers, your sisters, remember to tell them Kwam Yasharallah. Kwam means rise. Yasharallah is the nation that we belong to. Take off your mourning garment and put on the comely, the beautiful garment of your salvation. Read on.
Cast about thee a double garment of the righteousness, which cometh from Yahweh, and set a diadem on thine head of the glory of the everlasting.
And set a diadem on thy head. What's that mean? Set a symbol. A diadem is a symbol of what? Of the glory of the everlasting. Meaning that what's on your head, what's in your head, your mind. So we're supposed to be showing or thinking of the glory of our salvation. And he said, put a double garment of righteousness on, right? If you're going to be clothed in righteousness, double clothe yourself in righteousness. If you think you've been doing good, do better than good. If you think you're the best, then be the best of the best. Be so righteous in these last days and enjoy the commandments of the Most High. Enjoy being an Israelite. This is the time in the earth. You don't have to hide it, man. Put it. It's I think a song say tatted across my chest. He's a Zoe. Right. Tatted on your t-shirt and you a Hebrew Israelite. Right. Tatted across your chest. You see what's going across my chest? Beam. Beyond Earth atmosphere movement. I'm getting out of here. I'm getting out of here. Beam. Beyond Earth atmosphere movement. You see that you'll see on the shirt, right? Let me show them on the shirt that see that. See the salvation, the ship of my salvation coming to get me, man.
We all gonna be wearing that.
Coming to get me. That's how you really get uplifted. They say you gotta be uplifting or be uplifted. You're not gonna get uplifted when I'm going up in that chariot. That's how I'm gonna be uplifted. That day I'm uplifted. But until that day, I'm putting on a double garment of righteousness. Read on.
Verse 3.
Come.
For Yahweh will show thy brightness unto every country under heaven.
Go ahead.
For thy name should be called of Yahweh forever. The peace of righteousness and the glory of Yahweh's worship.
So thy name, remember, this is about you, Israel. You are going to be called what? For Yah forever, the peace of righteousness. Meaning that when they look at so-called blacks and Hispanics, the gloriousness of our salvation is so wonderful that they're going to say, man, these people are God's peace, man. These people are God's glory. These people are God's chosen. Ask yourself, when you're in the midst of others, can they see the light that's in you? Can they see you as God's chosen? And if not, why not? Do you look like everyone else? Do you act like everyone else? Do you have the same things to say like everyone else? Or do people say, you know what, something different about you? And when they say, you know, brother, you different, say, because I'm Yah's peace. I am his righteousness. I am his glory. I'm what he created. And I'm going to walk after his ways.
I got a precept for you too. A couple precepts for you.
Cut. I'm going to just finish up with this in this chapter real quick. All right. Verse 5.
Verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
Arise, O Jerusalem, and stand on high.
Go ahead.
And look about toward the east.
Go ahead.
And behold, thy children gather from the west unto the east by the word of the Holy One.
Come on.
Rejoicing in the remembrance of Yahweh.
Don't you see what's going on? Look to the east to the west. Look at Cali to Florida. Look from Seattle to New York, California, Chicago, Georgia. Look at every state in America. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching the elections. They got the blue states and the red states. We got every state waking up. Israel is all over this globe waking up. What's waking us up? The word of the Most High. There's teachers all over the earth teaching their people this word. And they're waking up and they're putting on God's commandments. What we mean by being woke? Woke means that you're keeping God's commandments. You're not woke unless you're keeping God's commandments. Don't believe that fake woke. Woke means that you're keeping God's commandments. You're not woke unless you're keeping God's commandments. That's what I said. That's what I said.
I'm about to say the heaven is repeating your word.
God.
Issa got it. She got it. Right. So we're gonna keep his commandments. We the real woke ones, and we got every state. Right. We got the blue states and the red states. Matter of fact, we international with this word. Right, we're in the UK, we're in the South America, we're in Africa, we're in Asia, we're all over Europe, waking up Jacob, and the word is doing it. Yah is doing it through the word. So this is a prophecy that's coming to pass right now as you are watching this show. And that's why we got to take off the garments of mourning and put on the garments of our comingness, glory of the Most High. Right, that whole fake, phony, religious mind, we got to put that behind us. We got to hold ourselves accountable to God's commandments so that we could reflect his righteousness and his glory in everything we do. Read.
Verse 6. For they departed from thee on foot and were led away of their enemies. But Yahweh bringeth unto thee exalted with glory as the children of the kingdom.
Go ahead.
For Yahweh hath appointed that on that every high hill and banks of long continuance shall be cast down.
Go ahead.
And valleys filled up.
Come on.
To make even the ground that Israel may go safely into the glory of Yahweh.
Wow. Yeah, the Most High is great. He said he gonna bring the hills down and the valleys up so that we walk on even ground. So that means those that's above us, right? He gonna bring them down. He gonna bring us up so that everything is even, right? So that's what you see going on in the earth right now. As Esau is falling, we're rising, right? As the people that had power and control are diminishing, those that was in the gutter and in the gully and couldn't get nothing, no fair shake, we rising. So then what's going to happen? We're going to see eye to eye. And that's going to be a problem for them because it's not a fair fight. You know what I'm saying? You're dealing with a greater people, right? It's like me standing. It's like you standing in front of a bear on a fair, on a even. It's never even. You ain't
gonna slap your whole neck off your shoulders.
You can't wrestle a bear. It's not even, right? Them standing toe to toe with Israel is not even. As we come together, as all our tribes come together, the Puerto Ricans, the Cubans, the Mexicans, right? the ancient names, the Aztecs, Incas, Mayans, Taino, Boricua, right? The Dominicans, the Haitians, the Jamaicans, the Trinidadians, the Guyanese, we got the so-called Native Americans, all right, Judah that was brought over here on the slave ships here in America, the so-called blacks, the nigger, the Negro. When we all come together, what are they going to do? Who's going to stand up against that? So when they say they're making the ground even, it means they can't oppress us anymore. Right? They can't stop us anymore. Their power is weakening.
Precept.
Look at the two candidates that's running for president. Right? A light woman and a crazy man. Right? You got a light woman. I ain't talking about her skin complexion. I'm talking about her brain, right? You got a light-headed woman and a crazy man. And that's your choices. That's America. This is America's best. This is their elite. Right? When you think about the presidency, that's their best. That's their elite. That's their noble ones. That's what they have to offer the people. That's the people that's going to lead them into the next century. Come on, man. Are you serious? Do you see what's happening out here, Israel? The Most High is weakening your enemy in your face.
You have a thing in the background, Cap?
Right? Weakening your enemy.
I muted it.
Right? Soft. They have nothing to stand on. Read on. I'm going to just finish these 2 verses and this little chapter here. And we're going to get all the precepts out.
Moreover, even the woods and every sweet-smelling tree shall overshadow Israel by the commandment of Yahweh.
Right. The woods and every sweet-smelling tree is going to cover us. We're going to be so protected. They're going to want, damn, everything we try to destroy these people, they only do better. Right? We try to destroy the economy with Bitcoin. They got the most Bitcoin. Right? We try to destroy them with the YouTube. They got the most videos. Right? And it ain't no twerking videos either.
Right.
It's knowledge, wisdom, understanding videos.
Great spiritual beatdown.
Spiritual beatdown, y'all.
Right.
Right? I'm looking at their pastors and their sermons trying to now use our scriptures in their pastor, they sermon, trying to take lessons from the Israelites. Right? Trying to teach the truth to their own people, standing in their own church, telling they got the Edomite pastor talking to Esau about how these black people are the children of Israel in their church. Come on, man. Their kingdom is finished. Last verse.
Ruth chapter 5, verse 9.
Go ahead.
For Yahweh shall lead Israel with joy in the light of his glory, with the mercy and righteousness that cometh from him.
And with the mercy and righteousness that cometh from him. So that's all we're saying out. That's all we're saying, family, brothers and sisters out there that's watching the BTO show. You know, this is all to the glory of the King, to the glory of the kingdom. Right, we're going to talk about a lot of things tonight. I just want to start out with giving y'all the first word and a word of salvation and a word of glory. But you know, so we're gonna get right into it. Right, I know we got a lot to talk about. You know, I see the screen is lit up. Shalom to everybody that's in the check-in. I'm doing things a little different now. I got this little device in my hand. I'm learning how to use it, family. So bear with me. But we're gonna continue with the show. So you had some precepts, Cat.
When you go first, I'm gonna go on Isaiah 14 and 9. When the scripture is talking about how every hill is and every valley, I believe, is gonna go down. That's according to prophecy as well. Isaiah 14 and 9.
That's right.
For hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming.
Right. So who's in hell today? Who's in hell, family? Hell from beneath is moved to meet thee at thy coming. So hell is moving. Who is hell? Who is in hell? What does the word hell mean according to scripture? Let's get that real quick. Isaiah 5:13, I believe it is. Let's get that understanding.
The book of Isaiah chapter 5 verse 13.
Go ahead.
Therefore my people are gone into captivity.
Right.
Because they have no knowledge.
Read.
And their honorable men are famished.
Go ahead.
And their multitude dry up with thirst.
Read on.
Therefore hell.
So now hell is our people going into captivity. Hell is the blacks and Hispanics and the natives in captivity. You represent hell. But hell is rising up. Hell is not in the condition that it used to be in. Hell is loosening its bands. Hell is loosening the prison. The chains are loose. The gate is loose, right? We're able to push against hell and start to rise in the sight of the Most High, right? So when it said, hell shall meet thee at thy coming, when you go to prove what hell is, you go to Isaiah 5:13. That proves hell. Hell is Israelites in captivity. All right, go back to Isaiah 14, verse 9.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 9.
Go ahead.
Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming.
So we on the way up and we meeting him as he come down. He's coming down and we coming up. Go ahead.
It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It hath raised up from their it hath raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations.
Right. So the nations and the kings, they're right. They leaning forward right now. What's going on in Babylon? These Negroes is waking up. They're organizing. Right? They're getting righteous. God is fighting for them. Right? The oppressors can't hold them down anymore. That's what the nations are saying. What is going on in Babylon the Great? So the heathen is moving around. That's why you think the heathen is attacking Esau right now? Right. Because he sees their weakness. They see his weakness. But what is it? Psalms 2:1 says, why do the heathens raise and imagine a vain thing? They don't got next. We got next. All right. So no matter what they think they see, it ain't for them. You know, the weakness they see in Esau is not for their conquest, it's for ours. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You know, when you look at this whole election thing, it's really, you know, this election is about if they're going to be able to get America back on its quote unquote right track.
Right.
Because debt is on an all-time high. Inflation is all-time high. Nations are separated from America. People don't want to use America's money. Russia's getting more power in the BRICS.
That's it.
Right? Because this is the mentality. Let me read right here. Give me 1 second.
Everybody want to rock with Russia right now. Russian money, that's the real money right now.
The book of Babylon, the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, verse 9. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed.
She is not healed.
Forsake her and let us go every one unto his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. You know, what these nations don't understand is, you know, what a lot of our people don't understand is, our people is voting for Donald Trump because he's a businessman. A lot of people are making money during his reign. And a lot of our people also, they want Kamala Harris because they feel like she's one of us, but she's not like us. You know what I mean? The mentality for the U.S. citizens is which one of them is going to heal Babylon, and Babylon is not destined to be healed.
That's right.
It's not destined to be healed. Everything will not be okay, and it's going to crumble down to the floor. Now the question is who is the Most High going to use to make this accomplish this? Because there's many ways this could go. The Most High can have things abate, and like he says, Yahweh is going to come like a thief in the night.
Right.
It's gonna be like when we least expected, like the days of Noah. They heard Noah talking about the rain is going to come. They didn't believe it until the rain reached as high as the Twin Towers. That's when they believed it.
That's what they said. Oh, damn.
It's when it's too late. That's when they're gonna see. But
that's what you right on point. That's when they recognized when it was too late. But you know what? It wasn't too late for Noah and his sons and their wives. And that shows you doesn't have to be too late for you.
Right.
Right. The Most High put his cry in the ears of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Right. And their wives. And they got in that ship. And they were saved in that siege, in that destruction. Just like that time. That's how we got to move today. Right. Matter of fact, what's that Matthew 25? Where it says, just like in the days of Noah, so shall the Son of Man.
Which is episode 7?
Just like the days of Noah, so shall the Son of Man.
Matthew 24:38.
Yeah, Matthew 24:38. Let's read that real quick because I'm glad you brought that up because we was in this portion of this week. For those of you that's following your portions, make sure all y'all Israelites is following your portions. This portion for this week was Noah. that we went over last Shabbat. And there's a lesson to be learned. Meaning when the Most High cry and say he's going to do something, don't believe the hype that it ain't going to happen. Because they didn't believe it was going to happen in the time of Noah. But what had happened is that all their flesh got what? Drowned. Right? Read what you got. Shout out to everybody online. I'm looking at the lineup, the whole podcast crew in the building. All right, Kazak, Shalom, Kings of Mars in the building. Shalom.
Uncle Joe.
All right, Crucial's on the check-in. All right, I know we got my producer, Isha Marashi lighting up the chat. Masma Ward's on the check-in. Tahar is sending hearts and she's in the check-in. And we have
Shout out to the House of McCall.
That's right. That's it. I like that. Say that again.
Shout out to the House of Captain McCall.
That's it. The House of Captain McCall. I like the way that sounds. And we have the old Cap Samuel Allah's in the building. The Beam team is on the check-in. All right. So tell a friend, man. Be a friend. Tell a friend to log in, man. Get some more people up in here. If you in here, make sure you say shalom in the chat. All right. Say shalom in the chat if you in here. All right, we got a lot to talk about. All right. So what was the last precept? Yeah, Matthew 24.
The book of Matthew, chapter 24, and verse 38. For as in the days that were before the flood, it's like you. I'm starting verse 37. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
Right. So the Father gave us a clue right there. He said, just like when time of Noah was, where it's going to be when the flood is when the Most High comes back. Mm-hmm. It goes on and gives you details. Go ahead.
For in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark. Right.
Everybody was going about their business thinking that the Most High would never judge the earth until the day he entered into the ark.
Until they seen the whales are right there and on their 1 acre land.
Mm-hmm. So the Father giving you a clue right there. The prophets is telling you right here, don't think you're going to know the time. Stop waiting to be righteous, right? You're supposed to be choosing to change right now, right? You're supposed to be changing, not choosing. One of the things I wanted to talk about today about the change between changing and choosing, because a lot of time we complain about our conditions, but we do nothing to change it, right? We want things to be different, but we're not doing anything different, right? You got to be the change you want to see.
Right.
If you want blessings, then be blessed. To get blessings, keep the commandments, man. Stop playing with the Most High, and He gonna stop playing with you. He said, man, if you keep my commandments sparingly, then I'm gonna deal with you. I'm gonna bless you sparingly.
Right.
But if you want to be hardcore for me, then He gonna be hardcore for you. Right? A lot of us are choosing to live this hybrid lifestyle. I think we're gonna have 1 foot in the world, 1 foot in the truth. That ain't gonna work with the Most High. He's watching you. Where's your conscience? You don't think the Most High sees your hateful heart? You don't think He sees your doubtful mind? You don't think He sees? Remember, He sees within us. Yah just doesn't judge our actions. He actually judges our thoughts. So what you been thinking about? You been hating on your brother, your sister? Most High see you. Right? You want to sow discord? The Most High see you. Right? Don't think that you're under the cloak of cover and the Father don't see that your intentions are not pure, right? You want to sit back and judge men and judge women, judge everybody, but not yourself. The Most High sees you, right? Don't think because you woke up to being an Israelite, that's the end of your work. That's the beginning of your work. Because now you know what you're supposed to be and how you're supposed to be. Mm-hmm. And if you don't take this opportunity, right? Like Noah took the opportunity, right? And you think you're just going to live life and just chill and everything's going to be all good. And the Most High, how they say in church, the Most High knows my heart.
Right.
Mm-hmm. He's going
to... You're a wicked bastard. You know.
Like the Cap said, He knows the wickedness of your heart. Mm-hmm. And He's going to what? Destroy you in it if you don't destroy that old wicked heart yourself, right? So that's just a warning going out. You know what I mean? It's exciting times. Like you say, the streets is full of the people on the video, and they're not even aware. They're out there looking for the new president. They don't know if they're looking for judgment. That's all they really looking for. That's what they standing around waiting on. So Anchorman with the master plan, what you got for us today?
Real quick.
Con.
You got something for him?
Shout out to
Okay.
my sister.
Okay.
From the Tribe of Levi from the A. Sister Rona.
Saga Fett.
House of Brother Yawasaki.
Saga Fett.
It's like I said.
She's in the building, man. Shout out to Sister Rona, man. Always checking, always supporting, man. So what you got, Anchorman?
Con. Well, first of all, I just wanted to give all praise to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai and let the people know, first of all, what's going on. So before all this whole madness, this diabolicalness today, a couple of days ago in Washington State, the ballot boxes were set on fire. So they're still trying to figure out exactly who's the cause of it. It's been Washington State and I believe certain parts of California where just random people had, put in their ballots earlier, but mysteriously all of these ballot boxes were on fire.
Okay.
So they still haven't found the arsonist or the culprit to that, but they're still trying to figure out what it is, quote unquote, right? And another thing that I wanted to bring to the attention of our people is that I pray that none of our people was out there on the voting line or on the ballot line. But something that I wanted to educate our people on, just in case if they weren't aware, the word voting, right? When you look at the etymology for the word voting, it says this, right? Voting is a vow, a wish, a promise to a god. So when you're going out to vote, what you're doing is it's idolatry worship, and you're giving up your allegiance, your solemn pledge and dedication to another god. So pretty much you're making these so-called presidents who can't even save themselves your god, like a bunch of these people are doing right now. You know what I mean?
I'll add on to that.
Mhm.
When you vote, it's like your image say you're on one page. So like
Mhm.
you're on one page and one agreement or one accord with whoever you vote for. Now, when people voted for Obama was crying and fainting over Obama, they don't want to take ownership of the Bati Boy business he was pushing too. Now, when you voted for him, that means you was on one accord and one agreement with all that Bati Boy business he was pushing on the earth as well. So everything that they're down with, that's what you down with when you vote for these people. This is why the most I say we want to go vote the children of our people, and even amongst our people, they have to be keeping the law, statute, commandments.
Right.
It couldn't be anybody. That was the whole purpose of him having to write down the whole law. He has to know it like the back of his hand.
That's right.
Mhm.
He's responsible for the law. When you vote somebody to lead, that person now has to step in there and keep these commandments.
Mhm.
Right? He's standing between the people and their God, because ultimately our God is our head. That's our leader, but we have representatives on the earth. That's what the king would be. He's a representative of our king in heaven. So if he's not following the king in heaven, then he can't be our king, right? And as a captain is bringing out, that's why he had to write the law. He had to understand all the commandments and write them to be responsible for them.
Right.
So he can never utter those three special words. I didn't know.
No.
He cannot say that, right? Just like your brain surgeon can't say, "Oh wow, I didn't know," right? That wouldn't be acceptable for him, and it's not acceptable for our leaderships. So even our leaders, in fact, even our leaders now amongst Israel, the leaders over these schools and Knesset, it's our responsibility to know the law. If we don't know the law, who we leading and what way are we leading them to? Right? We were going against that clown a couple of months back. Was that King Coca-Cola? He don't know the law, but he's leading people. Where are you leading them to without the laws of God? Right? You're leading them to destruction. So we can't have a leader over us that does not know the laws of God. just to touch on the polls, I know you mentioned something about the polls, them
Mhm.
burning the ballots. Another thing that I saw about the polls in the news was that, according to the law, once you get on the line, before the line is closed, you should be able to vote.
Mhm.
But what happened was, in the early voting, they was turning when they figured the day was over for voting, they were turning people away, kicking them out the line. Now there's a time in the earth called CP time. So who was on the line getting kicked off? Colored people, right? That's what that CP time is called, colored people time. We late to everything, right? If it was for Jake, they'd be late to their own funeral. Right? So we late to everything. So they was taking Jake off the line. But in this race, what does it matter? Who, I don't know which one is the winner. Is Camilla the winner or Trump the winner? Who's to say? You know what I mean? It's like, you know what I'm saying? If I come to, I'm watching side and I say, listen, man, I got some fat back and some pork chops. Which one you want to eat?
I'm good. I'm good.
I won't be
I'm
eating
good.
today. I won't be eating today. But
Yeah.
go ahead, Anchor man.
Yeah, definitely, Chief. And just to add to your point, precept, when we look at First Samuel chapter 8, verse 18, this
Mm-hmm.
is the Most High talking to Samuel, and he says, "And ye shall cry out." To Samuel talking to the people, saying, "And ye shall cry out in that day because of your king, which ye shall have chosen you, and the Most High would not hear you in that day."
Wow.
So we have a lot of our people that say, "I believe in the Lord, I believe in Jesus," but yet you the first one, you took work off just for you to go vote.
Yep.
When the scriptures has told us plenty of times that the Most High is our King through
Yeah.
Hamashiach Yahushai. And that's why I don't understand, if we know that He's our King of Kings and Lord of Lords, what are you doing trying to vote for Democrat, Republican? And I think that's what our people need to wake up and really realize, this place ain't us. This ain't for us. It never
And
was.
let me say this: when we talk about the
Mhm.
best person to be, it's like if we talk about the best candidate we could have, right? None of these candidates that's ever in American history could ever relate to us. None of them grew up in the hood like how Yahushua grew up in the hood.
Mhm.
None of them understands poverty like how Yahushua understood poverty.
Mm-hmm.
None of them understands like the beaten and trodden down people like Yahushua did when we was under the Romans.
Mm-hmm.
None of these candidates will even take a paper cut for you. Yahushua took stripes and a spear to his side
Mm-hmm.
and went on a cross for us.
That's right.
That's how much he loved us, and the Most High showed us he's worthy to lead us. None of these candidates will ever go that far for us as a people.
Mhm.
None of them. And you have our people there on social media, they want to show you the little badge, I voted. Like they just stopped world hunger. Like that just stopped world hunger. That didn't stop nothing. That shows you that we are the people.
Yeah.
We just lost.
Con.
It's like Anchor Man. Go ahead.
No, no, Aki, you're absolutely right. And then just to show their appreciation, what they have done, Washington has activated the National Guard during from November 4th all the way through November the 7th, due to potential claims of violence related to the election. So
Get
even
ready
if
to
people, you feel me? So even if you don't get the choice that you want, you're gonna get something in return. So, this just goes to show, just to let our people know that this is not our place. This never was our place. And this is something I looked up yesterday, and I wanted to share with y'all, just to, have them understand exactly why, like, Esau don't want us here. And this is not for us to be here, but for some reason our people feel like they did something once they get a little sticker and say, "I voted." But let me go ahead and share this with y'all. This redonkulousness. Okay. So if you can see my screen, let me go ahead and minimize it a little bit. Okay. So around the 1960s, right? There was, in order for Jake and Eve to vote, they had to take a literally test, right? And if
Yeah,
you
literacy test. Mhm.
yeah, literacy test. And if you failed just one of the actual questions, you weren't even allowed to vote. Now, I want to just share some of the actual questions with you. And I even tried to do it last night and I was dumbfounded. For example, look at question number 1. Draw a line around the number or letters of this sentence. Number 5, circle the first letter of the alphabet in this line. In the spaces below,
Yeah, this is some
draw.
trickery. Yeah, they are some trickery.
So, you know,
We gotta
this
save
this
this
is
in the kingdom. So if you want to break, you gotta pass this next.
I mean, and they got to do it in Hebrew too.
You gotta do it.
God.
They are some real trickery.
And mind you, you only have 10 minutes to complete the test, and it has cross out the longest word in this line. There's another one where I was just like, what? It said something about, let me see, I think it's like question number 25. Okay, question number 24. Print a word that looks the same whether it is printed frontwards or backwards.
Oh, come on now. Come on.
So, and then this was, mind you, Chief, this test was in the 1960s. There's another thing Esau used to do where Jake was in line. This was around like right after slavery, right during the Emancipation Reconstruction era, where if Jake was in line and he wanted to vote, they would have a jar of jelly beans, and you had to get the number correct of how many jelly beans was in the jar, or Esau would not allow you to vote.
So you know that's just mockery, man. They made mockery of your desire to be a part of their society. They clowned our people trying to be a part of their society. And then they learned that, you know what? Why not let them in? They could control it anyway. See, at first they used to lock us out. But then they realized, you know what? It's smarter to let them in, but they can't control anything. You know what I'm saying? They used to have their religions to themselves and everything. They didn't want you in a white church and all that stuff and going to see the Pope and all that. But now they make Jake's like high bishop, archbishop. They're putting you in that level now because why? It's better you come in because you can't change nothing now. Mm-hmm. We're so established, all you can do is assimilate, right? So, but this is just straight mockery and foolishness. You know, it kind of reminds me of how they dealt with when Yahushua was faced with his political position when it comes to dealing with the government. I want to pull a scripture real quick. Matthew 22:17. Let's start with that. Matthew 22:17, because Yahushua was also faced with some political questions. But he dealt with it real smooth. And this is the way our people need to deal with it, how we need to answer these questions. So let's see what our King Yahushua said when he was faced with this madness. Matthew 22, verse 17.
The book of Matthew, chapter 22, verse 17.
Tell
us, therefore, what thinkest thou? Is it lawful to give tribute unto Caesar or not?
Right. So they were trying to catch Yahushua because Christ was not patriotic to the Romans. So they were trying to catch him to accuse him of what? Not paying taxes, right? Because that's what it means to pay tribute. They was trying to catch Christ saying something against the king so they could trap him and kill him. So I want the family to understand what's happening in this chapter. So Christ not being patriotic, not reverencing Caesar, not reverencing the government, right? They sought to trick him into what? How you say, incriminating himself, right? Read on.
Verse 18. But Yahushua perceived their wickedness and said, why tempt ye me, ye hypocrites?
He said, why are you trying me? He said, why tempt ye me? Why are you trying to get me caught up? I see what you do. You're a hypocrite. You trying to test me?
They probably weren't even paying their taxes in the first
You know what I'm
place.
saying? He said, you coming after me. So a lot of these people, they pushing this political connection. They want us to have a political connection to America, trying to be slick with their speech, just like they were trying to be slick to Christ. Read on.
Verse 19.
Mm-hmm.
Show me the tribute money. And they brought it unto him a penny.
Right.
And he said unto them, Who is this image and subscription?
And this is the key right here. Here's the key what he asked him. And anybody on this line can do the same thing. Pull $1 out your pocket. Pull a 20, pull a 5, pull a 10, if you even still have paper money, because they done took that away, right? But if you so happen to have paper money, look at the person on the money. That are the people that need to be concerned with the leadership of America. They're right on the money. If you look at the people on the money of England, look at the people on the money even of Jamaica, right? And all these other, you know who's on the money? The people that should be concerned about this nation. Just like Christ is telling them, pull out the money and look at the subscription. Whose face is on the money? Whose name is on the money? Right? Read on.
They say unto him, Caesar's. Then saith he unto them, render therefore unto Caesar the things which are Caesar's.
Right.
And unto Yahweh the things that are Yahweh's.
The Most High got nothing to do with this election. He didn't have nothing to do with you being a Democrat or a Republican. A lot of y'all preachers need to cut that nonsense out. Y'all try to mix the church with these damn political agendas. The Most High never, he says, the person you claim in believing Christ said, this thing is for Caesar. You deal with Caesar, go deal with Caesar. You deal with the Most High, deal with the Most High. One don't got nothing to do with the other. Give unto Caesar what's for Caesar, and what unto Yahweh was for Yahweh. Read.
Verse 21. Then say unto him, Caesar's. Then saith he unto them, render therefore unto Caesar the things which are Caesar's.
Read.
And Yahweh, and unto Yahweh the things that are Yahweh's.
Go ahead.
When they had heard these words, they marveled and left unto him and went their way.
All they can do is walk away. They could walk away, right? Because he confounded them, right? So that's how we battle back with all this agenda and world agenda with voting and you're a Democrat, you're a Republican, and who you voted for. Listen, man, let the people who care for this government, for this nation, the people that want to see this nation press on and go on for years and years to come, those are the people that need to vote. But the people that's praying for the kingdom of heaven to be established and the destruction of this nation and every other rulership on this earth, why would we vote?
Right.
It makes no sense, right? Why we even get involved? All we're going to sit back and do is watch the corruption go down and hopefully reach out to our people and edify them and educate them on why this process has nothing to do with you. Go ahead, Anchorman.
Khan. And Chief, just to add to another point, isn't it in Esau's law that there's separation of church and state anyways?
So he says.
But yet, and whenever there's an election, the first place the candidates go to is to a so-called church with Jake.
The black church.
A black church. Exactly.
Right.
And then all of with the hoo-has and God said and all of that, but yet we have nothing for it. So madness. But I do, on a positive note, I do want to actually show this. Oklahoma had 7 tornadoes a couple days ago in one evening.
That's completion.
So, yeah, that was a little positive. Go ahead.
That's crazy, man. Like when you look at this election, like there's so many ways the Most High could just go about with it.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many ways. It look like the People's Champ. He got about 140 more points to go, and 133 points to go, and he got it.
Yeah.
Because it look like the People's Champ is just
look like he's slapping around Camilla a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like she got a little bit of it. I don't think there's gonna be a woman king. They don't look that way right now.
You know, one thing I'll say though is that, you know, we have to pay attention to how the Most High speak, because he tells us that we're supposed to gauge the end of times according to prophecy and what's going on.
Right.
As we see a lot of these things that's going on around the world, us in this truth, we need to really like put our seatbelt on and get ready to be on this I-95 to salvation.
Yeah.
Like for real, there's things that we need to work on as a people to really provoke the Most High God to get us out of this country. And one of these things is, you know, something that a fellow captain brought out is you see a lot of brothers in the truth, instead of having that spirit of, you know, keeping the virtuous and righteous acts, keep the commandments, they're calling out brothers and they're bickering, causing unnecessary strife at crunch time.
Yeah.
You know, these things that we gotta cut out, man. If we really want the Most High to deliver us, as we see that all this madness is going on and cut the time short, then we really gotta come together. We have to. Or the Most High could put somebody in there that's gonna make everything just relax for the next 30 years. And when we die, start working on our children and heat it back up with them.
Yeah, that's jacked up, right?
You know, like, I know,
That's right.
now, the Most High has up until year 2999 to keep his word.
Mm-hmm.
To be within his word.
Ain't no lie, boy. We hate to see it happen, but it would be cut short. You know what I mean? If he's just one day short. So and we don't want to try him like that. We want out here, man. We want out of here, man. So we got to make sure he knows that we want.
And
out of here.
And not only that, Chief, you know, a lot of times we think that we waited on the Most High, but the Most High is waiting for us, you know?
Yeah.
And
for
right
real.
now, you know, like Captain Armor would say, it is crunch time right now. So any, you know, like the parables about the virgins and the 10 virgins, and we have to be one of those where we got to have that oil continually burning. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Especially now more than ever. So any bickering or anything right now, we have too many ops for us to be in opposition with one another.
Right. So, you know, imagine, you know, Yahushua returns, right? Because there's no way, you know, you could show the Most High and prove to the Most High in one day, and you spent 30 years of a whole bunch of madness and an extra 10 years in the truth doing madness. Yeah. The Most High looking for consistency with your works. He's looking to see how consistent you were with obeying and trying to get it together. You understand what I'm saying? So imagine Yahushua returns and he tell you can't go. Depart from me, Negro. Because most likely he's gonna talk how we talking. Depart from me, Negro. I don't know you. And he tells you it's because you was beefing with your sister in your camp. It's because you weren't respecting your elders.
You loved yourself more than you loved your brother.
Right. You loved yourself.
Scripture
I'm gonna
start esteem others more than yourself. You spend all this time loving yourself.
Right. How silly does that sound? Something like that hold you back from the salvation you sacrifice 10, 20 years, 5 years. You deny yourself of this world to get. And Yahweh, I tell you, because you loved yourself more than you loved your own brother, your own sister. That's why you can't go. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. That's why when we look at these elections, we see Esau's trying to get himself together. That's what it's all about. Him trying to get himself back together so he could be the power again on the earth because he's losing power. Why can't we come together so we can have the power that's already preordained for us already?
Right.
John.
2 Peter 3
and
9. 2 Peter 3 and 9 on that tip. Because y'all, like you say, y'all, there's nothing really stopping y'all from correcting this and getting us out of here tomorrow. We're in the time of our salvation, right? Israel is waking up. The nations is breaking up. It's the time, right? Read that.
The book of 2 Peter, chapter 3 and verse 9.
Go ahead.
Yahweh is not slack concerning his promise, has some men count slackness, but is long suffering to usward.
Go ahead.
Not willing that any should perish,
Right.
but that all should come to repentance.
Read.
But the day of Yahweh will come as the thief in the night,
Go ahead.
in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise.
Boom. Go ahead.
And the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up.
Right. So it's just giving us a physical or a depiction, like a vision. The Father said, I could blow this place at any moment. This is a ticking time bomb.
Right.
The Most High is not slack. You know, like he forgot to light the fuse, but he's holding back the fuse until we all come to repentance, till we're ready, to the ones that he are waiting on, his righteous, really repent, so that he can really bring salvation. Right. But like the Acre man was saying, he's waiting on us to get our repentance right, to live that repented life, to love him, his people, the nation, more than we love ourselves. Because that was one of the requirements Yahweh Shai taught us. All right, before, while he was with us, he said, no man that can't hate himself is not worthy for the kingdom of heaven. He told us literally to hate our own selves. Right. And if you can't hate yourself, then you're not ready for what the Yahweh Shai is bringing. Yahweh Shai hated himself and allowed himself to be stabbed, whipped, cracked, ripped to pieces, right, on the cross. That's not a loving thing, to let somebody do that to you.
Right.
He hated his own self, because he could have saved himself, but he said, no, I'm going to hate myself for my people. Some of us, we're not willing to suffer nothing for each other, man.
Right.
We're not even willing to suffer some loud music, man.
Right.
Did I say that out loud? I sure did. All right, so let's continue.
Well, I use an analogy, right? I remember I heard this analogy a couple years ago. I remember an elder, I was watching one of his classes a couple years ago. He said that a woman will go through the morning sickness. They'll go through her ankles being swelled up, gaining 80 pounds, going through throwing up in the morning, going through the labor, the pain, maybe even getting a C-section, right? They'll go through all of that hell. Why? Because the love they have for that child in their womb. They're willing to go through all of that.
Okay, that's
love.
What I mean? That sacrifice is love.
That's sacrifice. That's love. That's a lot of pain right there.
Pain is love.
You know what I mean?
Right. What you willing to go through? Huh? Got producer, he should have built. What you willing to go through for me? Deuteronomy 10 and 12. See, ask me with a precept. That's what I'm talking about.
No, that's real.
Precept upon precept. That's what we teach around here.
And it sounds like, I know it sounds repetitive when we're saying this, but when the lights go out in Babylon, trust me, you better that love that you invested in your neighbor is all come in handy. When you need about 2-3 brothers to go with you to go fishing and be on guard.
To go fishing, to go steal some bread.
Yeah, to go into Publix in the middle of the night because you don't know if he's gonna get on you.
Ski mask.
So he can lift a car
right?
So we can lift you up and put you through the window.
Right.
So we gotta go get this bread.
God.
I can't fit through the window. Y'all in trouble now. You better jump on my shoulder.
You're gonna need that love from your neighbor, man, to go out there and survive when things go left. If you're not willing to suffer, go through these things for your neighbor, I'm telling you, when things get rough, it's that love ain't gonna magically appear.
Nope. You should have built those relationships now. Now it's time to build relationships, not when the drama comes. Some people act like they don't need nobody till they need somebody.
Oh, you do,
right? They don't know nobody. Sorry, till they need somebody.
Right.
Right. You gotta know people before you need them, man.
Right. Remember, we Israel. Like we read this. I remember Chief, you always bring us out. We know how things should be, but they may not be so. If I know you don't have that love of Yahweh for me, I'm telling you, I speak as an individual, not in the name of Christ. It will be very hard for me to bite a bullet for you.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Right. It'll be easy to shed that blood for somebody who I know got that love of Yahweh for me.
We already know that, man. That's in our DNA, man. That's in our spirit, man. We know somebody go hard for y'all. We gonna go hard for that person. Somebody playing with the Father, we ain't taking them serious either. You know what I mean? You play with the Father, you playing with us, man. We don't play with the Father around here. Sacrifice, we put that in right? We have sacrificed, and we're looking forward for the new sacrifice,
Mhm.
right? We asking, yeah, what else you need from me? They ain't looking to do less. We're looking to do more. You know what I mean? They teach you that in the army, right? It was not what your country could do for you, is what you could do for your country,
Right.
Con.
right? So it's the same patriotic spirit we got to have towards the Most High. Say word.
Oh, you want to start? We start the live stream, right?
Maybe it's that background picture.
Yeah, maybe it's the
feed from the video.
not the feed the YouTube video that we were playing a little bit. Maybe that's why. Why they just cut it off like that? That's crazy.
That's what you're saying. YouTube cut us off.
They cut us off.
You sure? Yeah. Oh yeah. We are. We still are.
All praises.
All praises.
We still on?
Yeah.
Oh, they thought we thought they came and got us, family. Huh?
Yeah.
Chat's disabled. Okay.
Okay, Con.
Oh,
Okay.
Well, that's wicked work.
Okay. We thought they came to get us, man.
See, now Kadasa infected me with that now. Because they all keep saying crazy work. That's wild work. Now I'm saying wicked work. That's the first time it just came to me right now.
For real, man. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. All right, for taking some time out. Hear y'all brothers talk about what's going on in the world today, man. Because we got to come together. This is the conversations that we need to be having, man.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We can't just be sitting back here just going day by day, going to work, come home, going to work, and act like our salvation is not knocking at the door. Right? Remember, he said it's going to be just like the days of Noah. People were just going about their normal life business, not concentrating on the warnings of the Father. And when he shut the door to that ark, it was a wrap.
Right.
And when the Most High shut the door to this truth, if you're on the outside, it's done. It's done. Right? We're not going to able to come out. We still coming outside. The Most High going to take that going outside thing away.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The Hebrew Israelites are still outside. You better get to the camp that you see near you and get this knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Get inside that school. Start building up yourself, your family, your wives, your children to know Yah and to love him and to serve him. Because, listen, the famine of this truth is coming. It's prophesied. All prophecies must come to pass, and the famine of this word is coming. And when brothers ain't outside no more, you're going to be, have you seen the Israelites?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be knocking on doors, right? But what you going to, you might be too late. You'll be SOL.
Hey, Chief Salaka, just to add to a point, I was watching the movie that came on the other day, The Book of Eli.
Correct.
And I was watching the part where the Edomite, the antagonist, he sent out like groups and groups and groups of men just to find the scriptures.
Yeah, I remember that.
He couldn't find it. But when Denzel had it, he was losing his marble. He was like, yo, I'll do whatever it takes in order to get that book. And in that day, that's what's going to happen. They're going to be, like you said, knocking door to door. They're going to be like, hey, man, what's that YouTube channel? You know, with them guys with the things on their shirts?
YouTube going to be off.
Yeah.
Esau is going to turn YouTube off. Hit the switch. Bam. Then what? That's why you can't get complacent and comfortable doing the minimum. Oh yeah, I watched a couple YouTube videos this week, therefore I'm in the spirit. No, you got to get into work. You got to get your hands dirty. What's the work? Bringing Jacob again to the Most High and preserving Jacob's children, not just new Israelites, but what about those Israelites that you haven't seen in a while?
Right.
Call them brothers up, call that sister up. Yo, where you at? Get back to you keeping these commandments. Get back to your high holy days. This is where you belong. You belong in the body, put in the work in, right? Like we were bringing out in the camp, like we pray together, we play together, we learn together. The next step is we got to earn together.
Right.
Once we start earning together, we got no reason to be apart. We completed the circle, right? That's the last branch of the circle. right? When we start earning together, we start building our own industries. We start relying on each other for our daily bread, our the way we take care of ourselves, our family, our wealth. When we start sharing our wealth, right? That's the next level, man. Right? Sharing is another thing, man. About some people don't want to share nothing, right? Selfish, man. Scriptures say in last days, man, people be lovers themselves, man. Truce breakers, right? Meaning that what? They all about themselves. They want their props. They want their name and lights. Damn anybody else. That spirit is not going to last these last days. We got to get it right, family. Right? We got to get it right. The Father told us to gather ourselves together. He gave us all the instruction we need.
But I want to land me back on that too. Like when you look at the Most High is very repetitive in how you do things.
Yeah.
Like the scripture says, the Most High changes not.
That's right.
When you look at the Assyrian and Babylonian captivity, the Most High was talking about that at least 200-300 years before it happened. Right? He was giving our people a heads up, like basically how bad it's gonna be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The Most High right. The Most High has been talking about the destruction of this kingdom and how bad it's gonna be for over 2,000 years.
We're talking about it since the time of Moses.
Right.
These days are epic in the scriptures, man.
Right.
About what's going to happen when he destroyed Babylon the Great. He's been talking about it since Moses' family. Right. So how you going to act like you ain't ready? Like you don't know what to do. He said the pride is what's going to destroy us in these last days, right? The pride of thy own heart. Not be able to humble yourself to the will of Yah. You know what I mean? That's going to be the trying grounds, man. Can you put yourself aside? Can you deny yourself? I think one of the brothers was going to the scripture about denying themselves. Can you deny yourself? Are you going to let a little offense cause you not to be unified with your people? But you're not willing to do without, right? You got to deny yourself. You got to do all these things, and really buckle down with your Father that's in heaven and do this work, man. Right? Not just talk about it, not just read about it, but be about it.
And be that servant. Be that servant like Yahweh was, you know what I mean? And just know our job is to serve the people, not serve yourself.
That's it. That's what I'm talking about, man. Be the servant, right? The anchor man, go out there and get the news to bring it back to you Hebrews. Put the work in, man. You know what I mean? We set up here to do this show, putting the work in, right? This thing ain't gonna do itself, right? It ain't gonna happen by itself, right? We getting ready to hit the classics, man. Go out there to light it up for the people,
right?
You know what I'm saying? LOZ is making moves. We all over the place, right? Why? Because it's the work. Why are we going out there? It's the work. I mean, all these things are the work. Our sisters, man, y'all got to work on your spirit, man. Get yourselves right with the Father. Get yourselves right with your husbands, man. Make righteous households. Listen, scripture saying, wise women build a household. If the household ain't righteous, it's on you. Do your work. Nobody can do it for us. Maybe we're waiting for the nations to do it for us. Right, and then give us a show like the Cosby Show. Right? We have like an Israelite show like the Cosby Show
with a sweater.
Family Matters.
Family Matters. Right? We're gonna be Steve Urkel though. You know what I'm saying? That's how we're gonna learn how to be righteous. Right? If we don't got that, you can't figure this out. Nobody wants to do the work. They want somebody else to do the work. Sit back and let it be delivered to them like it's an Amazon package. It ain't working that way, family. You have to go do the work. You figure it out. You read the scripture that manifested in your life. You do it. Right? Don't point at somebody else for them to do it. Right? Because you can't take credit for what somebody else do. Can't build on somebody else's foundation.
I like what you said right there when you're saying a lot of it's our sister's responsibility as well.
Yeah.
It makes you think about when the Most High says about that new covenant in Ezekiel. He says he's gonna bring us under that rod like a shepherd. he goes, when you look at how shepherds deal with the sheep before they bring them to the stable, he examined them one out of a time.
Right.
You don't just let a whole group in. He one by one. All right, let's check you out. Let's check you out. Let's check you out. It's likewise how the Most High going to examine all of us individually for what we do.
You got one camera down now.
Right.
Gone.
So, you sisters out there, you have work you have to do. Like, there's no amount of work your husband going to do that's just going to overshadow the things that you're not doing.
Exactly.
Right. You're responsible of putting in work to bring in this salvation that's promised to us.
And your work is not the man's work. Your work is different. Woman's work, right, is a woman's work. A man's work is a man's work. Your work are not the same. All right. Don't waste your time trying to do the man's work. Do the woman's work. Right. Your work is important to the nation just as much as his work is. Right. The scriptures tell you what the woman's work is. He said that the elder woman teach the younger woman. There's a lot of scriptures. You know what I mean? You search the scripture out. We could teach you, right? You come to Shabbat, you could learn, but if you don't search the scriptures to what you're supposed to be doing, then whose excuse that's going to be in the day when you can't speak for your works? That's one thing. When I first came in the truth, they used to drill that in us, man, that you got to speak for your works in that day. In that day, they're going to ask you, what have you done? Right? Not what you said, not how you felt, not what you thought, right? But what you done. What did you complete? What did you do?
What did you accomplish for the
Right?
Most High?
What did you accomplish for the Most High, for his truth, for the glory? Like we were just reading, did you put a double garment of righteousness on? Right? Or did you sit back and wait for somebody else garment of righteousness to borrow it or something? Maybe you're gonna borrow some of your righteousness.
No, hell no. You're gonna overdraft on your own. I don't got a penny to spare.
I know that's.
You're gonna say, go to them that sell and buy, just like John the Baptist said.
Yeah.
Go to them that sell and buy. Don't come here. Right? Don't come here. I can't do it for you, fam. You gotta do it. So we doing it right now, right? We got the anchor man, we got the engineer extraordinaire, sharpshooter, we have the producer extraordinaire. You know what I mean? I'm here. You know what I mean? We all here. What are we doing? We're doing the work. This ain't the only work, but it's one of them. Right? We just might reach one or teach one somewhere. Why not get it busy, family? We got to get busy, right? If you got children to teach them.
Right.
If you got young women to educate them. You got young men to bring them up, call them up. Maybe there's a brother or sister you haven't seen in a while. Get on the phone and call them, not for yourself, but for the glory of the Most High God. So where you been? Get to the shop by, get on the service, do the work. That's the work. The motivating of each other to serve God is the work.
Hey, Chief,
go ahead.
Salaki Chief. It reminds me, I don't know if y'all remember when Kobe Bryant had won like one of the Western Conference finals, and he was at the interview and he was upset. And so the interview was like, Kobe, you just won the Western Conference finals. What's going on? And he eloquently and seriously said, the work ain't done.
That's it.
The work is not finished. And so we have to have that same mindset. The work is not finished until Yahushua cracks open that sky and he says, good and faithful servant, come into your rest. So all of us, each and every one of us, from the men, the women, and children, we need to remind ourselves the work ain't finished. And we need to strive for the excellency each and every single day.
Absolutely. Couldn't say it better myself, Anchor Man. All right. Anchor Man from the stratosphere. I broke it down for the people, man. The work is not completed, man, till we're all in the kingdom singing loud upon our beds, like the scriptures say. Until then, put your brick in, right? Today is your chance, right? You know, be the change you want to see. You know what I mean? You know, people are choosing evil. Every day we're choosing to live in wicked environments and see wickedness instead of choosing to change things. Right. Put your at least put the effort. At least you, even if you can't change nothing, at least you can say, well, this is what I did.
This is what I tried.
Right? I worked on this, right? I did this. It didn't work. It may not have worked, but I did this work. I set this up. I went and spoke there. I spoke. We went down to the classes. We spoke to the people. Did the people hear, or whether they forbear, they know that a prophet has been amongst them. We bring that scripture out. Priest Kahan bring that scripture out every time we go out, right? Whether they hear, whether they forbear, that they know a prophet has been amongst them. The prophet wouldn't be a prophet if they don't prophesy, right? You can't say you're a prophet, you don't prophesy. Who are you a prophet? Prophet means you're gonna bring the gain. You bring in spiritual gain, right? Prophet is gain, right? So what gain are you? What increase are you bringing? Were you prophesying the hallways and the doorways? All right. Who you prophesying to? To yourself? All right. A lot of families been floating around, brother. I guess the spirit is bringing it out, but a lot of family has been just floating and coasting in these last days, man. Right? You know what I mean? I haven't seen a lot of faces. Right? There's been new faces to be, as replacements, but those old faces, man, y'all floating and chilling. You better get off that couch. Was that old Everest commercial? Right? What you doing on the couch?
Hey,
What are you doing?
Listen, I'm gonna be the first one to say we're gonna do an LOZ version of that skit right there.
Fire. All praises.
Captain Kazak might be the perfect person to Captain Kadash to do that.
All praises.
You better get out, get the Everest, man. You better get over to LOZ. You better get over to the camp, to the school. Whatever school is there, you stop making excuses. Right? You make some excuses. You probably think you're more righteous at home. Ain't nobody righteous over that school. I'm good right here. Brothers be going off.
What people don't
Are you on?
What people don't understand, what you do now is what you're gonna do in the wilderness. When the Most High put you in a position where you can't go to Saudi Arabia to be separate and be an individual, you know what I mean? Then you're gonna find out in that day.
You're gonna see the earth is still capable of opening their mouth.
Right. You're gonna see in that day.
And swallow you up like Korah in them.
Right. That's what people don't understand. What we do now, we're just rehearsing. Right. We gotta learn how. If we don't learn how to come together now, how to be brothers, a big slogan that brothers are doing right now is brotherhood over breakdowns. Right. If you can't come together now, you can't get over arts. Now you can't deal with your brother and sister. Now you're not trying to build up your household. Now you ain't trying to do nothing. That's what you're gonna do in the wilderness. And just like the brother with the fringes, when the fringes were first instituted, don't be the sister that your husband got to drag you in front of the Most High. She don't want to cook, she don't want to clean, but she want a ring though. Stone her and put her to death. You don't want to be that person. You don't want to be that person.
She want a ring. Most I give you a ring, right? Ring your damn neck.
Right.
Yeah.
So
or if you're a brother,
listen, just be careful, family. You know what I mean? We're being careful, so we're encouraging you to be careful. It's not like we encourage you to do something we ain't doing, right? We ain't being hypocrites in this game. We sacrificing time, energy, space, everything that we can do to encourage and exhort the family to not get caught up in politics. Don't let people press you into voting a new enemy over you, right? Prepare yourself for righteousness. Right? Sometimes you got to prepare for it, right? Have a plan, right? What's the 5 P's, right?
Proper preparation prepares. Shoot, I forgot.
No, proper preparation prevents poor performance, man. Right? The 5 P's, right? You got to prepare. You got to properly prepare to prevent poor performance before the Most High. You got to prep this life, right? A righteous life just don't fall in your lap. You got to prepare for it. You got to do the things that's going to create. Look down the lane a little bit. Have a plan. How am I going to continue my righteousness? How am I going to continue serving Yah? What's my plan to serve Yah as I get older? A lot of our young people come in this truth. As I get older, where's Yah going to fit in my daily life? Right? What's the position? How am I going to have longevity in this thing? Right? A lot of brothers, we run a race 5 years, and you start, fumbling over yourself, trying to find another way, right? You know what I mean? You're supposed to be year 30 for the rest of your life, 10 toes down on this truth, man. Right? What are you putting before the Most High on the Shabbat day? Where are you? Right? Sometimes I look around, I see key family members missing, and that joint just baffles my mind, man. What could you be doing that's more important than your salvation? Or do you not realize obedience is the only way to Yah? There's no other avenue but obedience. Christ died for a lack of our obedience. We live for his sacrifice so that we can show him we gonna get it right. We here, right? Our enemy is in derision. Look, it looked like the Trumpers is about to take the White House again. You know what that means? They're gonna bomb something, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what they're gonna bomb. They're gonna throw a bomb at somebody, right?
Or hang somebody.
Hang somebody or chop something. They're gonna do something wrong, right?
Mhm.
You know he's fitting to do something if he get in that office. He's got to make a name for himself.
Mhm.
That dude is Antiochus Epiphanes, man. For those who know their history,
Mhm.
he's coming in there to make some noise. He's not
Mhm.
gonna go there, sit in the White House and be quiet. He wasn't quiet the first round. He won't be quiet the second round, right? And if Silly Harris get in there, then you know folly is gonna be at a high level in the earth, right? He's probably gonna make, I don't know, have balloon parties in the White House, may rent a room out to Diddy or something. I don't know what Harris is gonna do in there, but she's silly as I don't know what.
Well,
So
Chief,
go ahead.
Salaka, Chief, just real quick. If we look at it, right, you have Trump, which he has something called Project 2025 that he kept
Right.
under wraps until he gets elected. And they're already saying that it already has certain like martial law policies that he's going to be issuing out. That's number one. Then on
Mhm.
another spectrum, you have Kamala Harris, whose husband is Amalek. So we
True.
already know that he's working the strings. So
Yeah.
regardless of who they think they're choosing, you're still getting the short end of the stick, regardless. And
Regardless.
our people need to wake up when it comes to the commandments, right? The commandments is like any other kingdom, right? You have America that they have their constitution or their amendments. If we go to China or Russia, they have their own policies that the citizens must adhere to be recognized as a citizen of that particular region. It is the same thing with the kingdom of the Most High. If we are not moving according to the constitution of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, how in the world can we call ourselves citizens of the kingdom to come? It's necessary to have it. And that's what we need to do each and every day. It's like when you go to another country and you're trying to live in another country. When you're living in another country, they don't make you a citizen right away, do they?
Yeah.
They
No,
don't.
you have to prove yourself to know that country and know that country's history before they give you citizenship. Most countries won't even let you. China, they don't care what you know. If you ain't Chinese, you finish.
You can't.
I don't care how long you live there. I don't care how, if you are not of the China Ming or whatever dynasty, you can never be a citizen of that country.
Exactly. So
Mhm.
it's the same thing with us. We are Israelites, but just being an Israelite is not enough. We have to make sure that we participate and know that we are citizens. And by knowing we are citizens is by keeping the law, statutes, and commandments and teaching others as well as our household. Look, y'all, we are not Americans. We're not Brazilians. We're not Costa Ricans. We're not Antarcticans, whatever. We are children of the Most High from the 12 tribes, and we need to start acting like it.
That's
I-
it.
If we don't act like it, then we're not going to receive the reward for being it.
Con.
And if we choose their ways, we're going to receive their reward for their ways. Yo.
Exactly.
That's a
Con.
just reward. That's righteous,
Mhm.
right? You're gonna get rewarded for the work you do. Right? There's a wicked reward for a wicked man or a righteous reward for a righteous man. It's simple. Right. So I mean, we're talking about it tonight. We just we just started over the portion for our family that's been listening on to our Saturday Shabbat day. And we're in the book of Genesis, and the family, if you haven't been listening, you need to get in where you fit in. Get over to The Light of Zion on your YouTube, right? To get involved in the Shabbat services and things of that sort. A lot of information foundational way of getting back to the Father, getting back to what's real, what's right. Right here in the BTO show, we're here to serve you, man. We have the producer extraordinaire, my Isha Marias, in the chat. Make sure you send her a message or email if you want to get on the show. In the future, we'd like to do some more interactions, man. We want to we want to attack the thread of the family structure in Israel. I think we need to take it back down to the building blocks of a nation, which is a family. So in upcoming classes, we want to do some series really uncovering, I call it reverse the curse, right? Kind
Reverse
of
the curse series.
There's a series of reversing the curse.
I like that.
Dealing with how our family structure is, how we have not learned to love one another, but Yah has given us lessons how to love. Love, unfeigned love, as the scriptures talk about, and the laws of love, the laws of engagement, the laws of marriage, the laws of child rearing, the laws of household building, nation building, community, and then we're going to work our way back up to being to setting our borders and being a kingdom again. But we got to get back to basics, man.
I'll say this, Chief. When you say about the reverse the curse series,
Mm-hmm.
when it comes, to that household, that marriage structure,
Mm-hmm.
The way husband and man interact, children interact with their parents, and etc. You'll notice a lot of Israel, that we do have a bad tendency of mixing in the ideology, philosophies, and the tendencies of this world in this kingdom and try to mask it behind the Torah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You'll see that a lot with our especially our women, the children, and the men, and that it's not to be so. Because I remember I was speaking to a brother yesterday, on Sunday, and I told him, like, when you look at the authority the parents have over a child,
right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We try to follow the examples that we see here. It's like I think sometimes our people don't realize how subconscious we do it.
Yeah.
The interaction. Because if we come from the East and you look at how a lot of these nations over there in the Middle East, how they move and how they structure their households, it's very similar.
Of course.
It's very similar. And you see a lot of it. You can see it in the scriptures.
Noah had 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth.
Yeah.
This is why it's similar. Because that's the cradle of creation, the creator of mankind. When you go back to the East, you see how things are supposed to be. The West is the furthest thing from the East. It's the furthest thing from the cradle of creation. How they do things in America, that is the furthest thing from the ways of the Most High, if you could understand it that way. They went far away from the Holy Land to be as unholy as they possibly could be, right? So when you get back closer to the Holy Land, you start to pick up holiness and how it was supposed to be. And you're right. As you get closer to the Middle East, you start to see how we thought, how we viewed life and family and our relationship with Yah, integrity, and how integrity and righteousness went hand in hand. You can't be, some of the most shifty, hypocritical people are in the church in the West, right? But when you go to the East, if somebody was really about the Lord and about the Most High, that person going to be that man you could trust with anything. Mm-hmm. That woman you could trust with anything. Their integrity is bar none, right? Their rule keeping, the things that they won't do, right? Which is even more important than the things that you would do, is the things that you won't do, right? If you got a long list of things that you won't do, that speaks for what kind of person you are, right? Anybody could be good for a minute, right? But who could not be evil, man? Right? You gotta work real hard to never allow evil to dwell in us, man. Mm-hmm. Right? That's the hard work right there. To be good, man, listen, we get amongst the brothers, the book is open, it could be good, but could you never be evil?
Right.
Right? Could you not ever let yourself be used as a vessel for evil? That's the key right there. Right? What you won't do, what you hate, right? What you despise is most important. I hate a drug dealer. I hate an adulterer. I despise and I hate a pedophile. We despise and hate, you know what I mean, the evil of our people, the evil of these other nations, right? We got to be on that level. Right? We can't be okay with wickedness. You know what I mean? We can't be okay with homosexuality. Why? Because if we are, it's going to creep its way in, right? We got to set our borders tight, man. Right? We're a nation, we're a body, we're a people, we're a kingdom. We got to tighten up, put them walls around Jerusalem, like on the side. The walls of Jerusalem have to be up high, right? You see the brother there, he praying all day, all night. Shout out to Kazakia from Streams of Wisdom, who blessed me with that right there. He's praying all day, all night that them chariots come and get us straight from Jerusalem, right? So let's make sure that's our prayer as well, right? I mean, look, we're looking at. It's about that time. Family, it was a great conversation. We appreciate you all. I had my DJ hanging in the wings. I didn't bring my DJ up. I want to turn you over to my DJ Baruch. That's going to light you up with some of this righteous music. Another thing that we got coming up, Shofar Loud is about to ride again, and we're about to do it in a big way, right? Get involved in Shofar Loud, righteous truth music going out to the people, right? We got an album coming out. We got videos being shot. The music is crazy. Go over to Shofar Loud. That's SHOFARLOUD on your YouTube to see what we got going on lately. But we're about to drop a whole slew of music, right? The concerts are coming. Videos are being shot. I mean, it's going to be another work, but it's going to be a beautiful work to bring glory to the Most High. Whatever we can do to elevate righteousness in this earth, we got you, right? As long as the Most High, as long as He's willing, then we able, right? So, Anchorman, any closing thoughts on today's discussion?
The only thing I want to say for the people is, all praise to the Most High through Hamashiach Yahushai for another amazing show. And again, people, you know what I mean? Let's be in the truth. Let's not be truth affiliated.
That's what's up.
There's a difference, you know what I mean? So let's just continue to strive, continue to separate ourselves from this world and from this kingdom, so that way we can prepare ourselves for the one that's shortly to come through Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
What say you, engineer extraordinaire? Any last words? No last words. Okay. Hey, how about you, sharpshooter?
I'll say, I'll use our slogan right for now until the kingdom come.
Mm-hmm.
Brotherhood is a weapon. If your brotherhood is lacking, build up that weaponry. If your sisterhood is lacking, build up that weaponry, because that's what's going to deliver us, man. And Israel, stop having that spirit of, because you get rebuked, because you get checked, because you're not having your way, you're in your feelings and you don't want to serve the Most High, right? Or you turn your back on the Most High, or you're not being favorite with your faith with the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, if Donald Trump wins, the Most High could bring us to that World War III. If Kamala Harris wins, he could bring us to that Civil War and World War III. Or because of your lack of diligence, he could just make us just chill and sit for another 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Which would be very sad.
That would be a very sad day.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And Lord willing, He reveals to us in the wilderness why He made us wait that 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
So we can have a conversation with you, brother or sister.
Salakia, just to add to what you said, Captain Amon, we also have to think about this. If Trump wins, one thing we do know is that these Edomites are going to come together like they always done. Okay.
Yep.
So we have to now follow suit and come together even stronger than more, because I kid you not, if he wins, these Edomites, they're going to show who they are.
They're going to be unified.
Those Mayo colored devils are going to show who they are. So now it's more important.
I'm going to cut you off right there. You're going off. You can't use the Mayo doctrine on this, because Esau look like ketchup, don't he not? He's red.
But brother, I mean, we talk about. I'll get the precepts.
You see, but he's like you said, that's a cut. You see, he cut.
I'm just saying. They love potato salad, King. I'm just saying they love potato salad. But regardless of the fact, we just have to realize that if he wins, they're gonna come together no
Yeah.
matter what. So we have to be just to follow and like suit and make sure that we come together and that we keeping these law, statutes, and commandments. And like you said, Cap, we brotherhood is a weapon. If we're getting rebuked by, I'd rather get rebuked by my brother than get rebuked by one of these devils or even directly by the Most High. So it's very important for us just to, hey, you know what? If my brother sees something I'm going off, all praise to the Most High, because the Most High put it in that man's spirit to let me know what's going on before I fall into destruction. And with that, I yield.
All right, LOZ to the chat. Come and get me. DJ Baru, come and show them what we do and how we do it. Like I said, so for loud, right? It's man, listen, turn it up to the speakers bust. All right. So far loud, DJ Baruch. My man. That's my DJ.
Yeah. Who I'm voting for? I'm gonna let you know who I'm voting for, man. Look. The shy of the president, we are the bride. Carry him like surrogates, but not like immaculate. He come from the seed of David, so how can you factor that? Don't want him to learn or discern, or they deceiving. Greek the word for seed is firm, but they want to slander him. If Mary slept with an angel, that technically make him a Nephilim. But he from the tribe root of the Father, the Son, and the Spirit tribunal. Yeah, him and the Father, they one, but they two. He can't do his own will, but what Father say do, then he do. We think we can't connect two and two. Just a minute, he has got to remove the cup. Who do you think he was talking to? They say it was himself. I'm like, man, bro, that's stupid. This one ain't our home. Don't believe in Christ, better leave me alone. You believe the Bible, but don't believe Christ. Then where your sacrifices and all your stones? Because you will still be under the sin of Adam. Then all of your doctrines copy from Nazareth. That's why they want you to hate on your shot. Be black with a fro and come straight out of Nazareth. The Shia for president. We voting for Christ. Either lay down your life or lay down your life. Coming back with the saints. And they ain't nothing nice. 1,000 will fall by our left, 10,000 will fall by our right.
Get acceptance from Yeshua. That's all I need. Let my work survive the fire. That's all I need. That's all I need. That's all I need. Help me prove the devil is a liar. That's all I need. Remove all of the leaven. That's all I need. Let me store treasures in heaven. That's all I need. That's all I need. That's all I need. Help me prove the devil is a liar. That's all I need. That's all I need. That's all I need. I'm calling on a higher. That's all I need. How do we fall so far? How do we fall so far? We need the love of God. Commandments was handed down. We ain't have no regard. God, why did we leave you when you took us out of Egypt? We needed bread without the leaven. Through the water we was needed. You fed us bread that came from heaven, but your word was all we really needed. I love you, Father, can you see it? I live it so you know I mean it. I show them to the bread of life. It's like they ain't really trying to eat it. I'm trying to pull up their antennas, but they ain't ready to receive this.
Real bros never die. They just want to see the light. Guess we ready for the fight. Do it all for the tribe. Real bros never die. They just want to see the light. Guess we ready for the fight. Do it all for the tribe. Real bros never die. We just want to see the light. Guess we ready for the fight. Do it all for the tribe. Real bros never die. We just want to see the light. Guess we ready for the fight. Do it all for the tribe. Hey, yeah. I pray to y'all that one day my people see them chariots. Spreading the word in the streets from my fire. I pray that we make it through the fire. This word gon' take us higher, yes I know. I pray the other one day my people see them chariots. Spreading the word in them streets for my people not hearing us. I pray that we make it through the fire. This word gon' take us higher. Yeah, I've been doubting bad. Now I know who I am. Now it's time to be great. I'm on a mission trying to stay consistent. This is my exodus plan. Trying to get next to my man. I know this world gonna keep me away from my vision, but I got these blessings at hand. Yeah. Cause we've been cursed, now it's time to break it. Babylon, yes, I'm trapped inside with these wicked demons. I've been losing patience. I had the faith of a mustard seed. Now I gotta plant it right into my garden and watch it grow into a bunch of trees. Growth and prosperity, yes, it's something that I love to see. I cannot quit. Thinking back on the days I was misguided, yes, I reminisce. Now I know my heritage, I gotta cherish it. I'm trying to live. Yes, I got so much to give. We can't be saved until it's the end. I'm staying strong, I cannot switch. I'm hanging on, I got the grip. I pray to y'all that one day my people see them chariots. Spreading the word in them streets for my people not hearing us. I pray that we make it through the fire. This word gon' take us higher, yes I know. I pray to y'all that one day my people see them chariots. Spreading the word in them streets for my people not hearing us. I pray that we make it through the fire. This word gon' take us higher.
It's your favorite real for real. Oh, your favorite. Oh, no, for real. Yeah. For real. Then what time I do it for real. Every day let them know it for real. And some prayers I know it for real. For real. No pretending I'm broke for real. I've been dabbing, I do it for real. Chase the kingdom, I know it for real. For real. Then what time I do it for real. Every day let them know it for real. And some prayers I know it for real. For real. No pretending I'm broke for real. I've been dabbing, I do it for real. Chase the kingdom, I know it for real. When I say I love y'all for real, see me smoking on fire for real. It's official, no, this ain't a drill. Wake up, we smell like a field. But the hurt, I just swallow the tears. I remember how vulnerable feel. I remember how poverty feel. Yeah, hungry, that baby you feel. Give me out to the G on the altar. Water walking the devil of office. Being faithful, denying their office. Just a regular day at the office. We don't mess with the homie from Caucus. Sipping, living that drink from the faucet. Taking tips from the boss to the bosses. Fast and slow, I'm just here for the progress. No trip. I took the long cut, no look. I took my long cut, whoop. I ate it all up, no crumbs. I took it all in, be love. She gave the blueprint, got busy. Living into a brother, got litty. They say you're soft when you say forgive me. Brother need love, kill like real. Then one time I do it for real. Every day let them know it for real. And some prayers I know it for real. For real. No pretending I'm broke for real. I've been dabbing, I do it for real. Take the kingdom, I know it for real. For real. Then one time I do it for real. Every day let them know it for real. And some prayers I know it for real. No pretending I'm broke for real. I've been dabbing, I do it for real. Take the kingdom, I know it for real. Everything's so corrupt. Everything's so corrupt. Gotta feel every step. Gotta feel every step. Gotta get it out the mud. So I'm in the mud. So down with the trust. Everything's so corrupt. Everything's so corrupt. Everything's so corrupt. Gotta feel every step. Gotta feel every step. Gotta get it out the mud. So I'm in the mud. So down with the trust. I'm on the look, trying to run it up. So much disaster be popping up. Not trying to say I got all that I answer, but look how our leadership messing up. They sucking our blood like they drop a low. They know that our blood is irregular.
Look how we murder our blood in the street. Why they somewhere stop really killing us? I feel sorry for the street. Shit going down and the Lord can't take no more. Don't want the blood on me. Telling y'all better let that low light go. Yeah. Exodus 20, God came down, said never let that go. I still got plenty sin in me, Lord, never let that go. It's a fact, the religious to grab me every day. Now government coming out like a style and I call it a prison. What is it? I'm telling you everything about the chain. Need you an umbrella for the rain. Maybe an AK, let it sing. Feel like a chain gang when I sing. Everything's so wrong. Everything's so wrong. Gotta feel like a step. Gotta feel like a step. Gotta get it out the mud. Slow down a little more. Slow down on the top. Everything's so wrong. Everything's so wrong. Everything's so wrong. Gotta feel like a step. Gotta feel like a step.
Rain gun about the dirt, had to dust the coffin off, I was sleeping in. If you ain't in the truth, this album probably gonna be hard to understand. Had to exit, feel disconnected from the world, I can say it feel refreshing. Everybody I try to say, hey, scripture thrown in your face. Understanding it elevated as I started to get more serious. Question after question, it was late nights, had to say I was so curious. Felt my life coming to a halt, saw the things I was giving up. God had to try me by the reins. He said you can't serve both of us. Choose me or you choose the world. Choose the drugs or you choose the word. Felt so miseducated, was a lot of things that I never heard. Had my pad out every Sabbath, it was new to me, taking notes in church. This life a little different, man, ain't nothing fake, flawed up commercial.
I put it all on the line. I'm going hard for my God. I know it ain't that much time. I gotta get on the job. Every day I'm putting bricks in, feel like ancient Egypt, how we back to work. Through the shit for the 12 tribes, we fight the rain on the whole earth.
Grew up back in ancient Egypt, somehow I'm still the same slave today. Assyria up to Babylon, man, the nation's gonna have a lot to pay. Persia, Mede, East Indian, all the way up to the time of Greece. Alexander had the earth quiet, he was conquering all the dark nations. Growing up in the time of Rome, gladiators in the Colosseum, entertainers for the other nations. Nowadays the change, we can pay the bill. Everybody on the YOLO wave. Living in the moment, carpe diem. Death toll, high body counts. The Lord gone send the death angel. I was just trying to give the scripture, proving everything that we learned was lies. You was just trying to be rebellious, saying I ain't know enough about God. You say that I'm misinformed. You say that you think I'm crazy. You say that I'm about religion. I'm about my people nationality. We the chosen ones of God. I can prove my point with the Holy Bible. The message is we the greatest people. That's beautiful. My emoji smiling. Same book they broke our brains with. Prophesied about the slave ships. Same book we gon' reign with. Speak about our kingship and you know it.
I put it all on the line. I'm going hard for my God. I know it ain't that much time. I gotta get on the job. Every day I'm putting bricks in. Ancient Egypt, how we back to work. Through the shit for the 12 tribes, we fight the rain on the whole earth.
The biggest love on them haters. The biggest love on them haters. The biggest love on them haters. The biggest. Yeah. The biggest love on them haters. The biggest love on them haters. The biggest love on them haters. The biggest. Yeah. The biggest love on them haters. The biggest love on them haters. The biggest love on them haters. The biggest. Yeah. Biggest love on them haters. The biggest love on them haters. Biggest love on them haters. The biggest. Yeah. Y'all love is the biggest. Couldn't measure with a digit. Got a hold of exquisite. Through the law, got a visit. Stay away from a lizard. Always dress for a blizzard. Cold world, they don't feel it. Evil doing wanna kill us. Have you ever seen a miracle? Vision manifesting physical. Every man got a spirit in him, so I know a vibe always spiritual. Waking up ain't the hard part. Just maintain the most difficult. Everything seeming hallmark. Just a message for the typical. Serving boots, not the love rate. I'ma swim it at the love fate. Cashing in at the love gate. Y'all shot Mr. Love Fate. This and Kevin ain't the same, bro. Keep it right, still hang you. I ain't paying elder one dime. I ain't going for a damn time.
I ain't got home. If they ain't black, they can do no wrong. But if they ain't black, they like me Jones. For being too drunk and the lights get on. Been way too long, hold the lights come on. The blindfold off for the sight still gone. I'm praying one day we can right our wrong. Let's leave for the cops when the pops come home. I'm an OG.